Hi everyone, and welcome to your weekly healing message reading from the week of November 28th to December 4th in 2022. So from left to right, there's the first, second, and third pile. Simply choose one that calls to you, and we'll see what healing messages is there for you. Okay, for the first pile, let's see what we got. Got kindness, willingness, inspiration. Okay, so the message for you here is you've been giving a lot. Consciously, you know that there's some things feels like you have to move forward, and you know that it's not just a matter of being comfortable or being easy or just feeling good all the time. You're willing to sacrifice a little bit, whether it's your personal time or your personal goals and priorities, and it's been well received. Like, you've been making a difference, and the love and the light that you've been sharing with people is going out there. And so you should know that it's not all wasted. I think this is a very beautiful card, giving out kindness to the forest and little hearts and little fairy lights just going out and feeding to the immediate environment, and slowly they'll dissipate into the further distance and will inspire people. So know that whatever you've been spreading out, maybe your vision was that it will help the greater community and people maybe outside of your immediate family and your immediate circle, and that's gonna happen. Let's see the love and all the seeds that you've planted. They're gonna go around. They're gonna travel around and reach different people you don't even know. Okay, and you know, it might not feel like that. You're looking at and you're hoping for this lush forest, lush greenery, for people to feel support, feel abundance. And when it goes out, you know, it's gonna dissipate a little bit. People are not everyone's feeling like they're getting what they want all at once, but that is the hope, and sometimes that's what encourages us to stay on track and remember that there's a bigger world out there. And if we stay on our path and be firm with our beliefs, then everyone's gonna feel the love. The importance here is the flowing of intention and of hope. So know that you're making a difference, and you're also receiving because the hope, the energy is flowing. Okay, and don't be disheartened if it's not very visible to you, and don't be disheartened if it feels like you're not making a difference. People will come together. We will be able to leave just our safest place, our comfort zone, and we will be going out. We will be reminding each other that yes, there's giving and taking, and there's love flowing around. So yes, you're a very kind soul, and remember to believe that your effort has to make a difference, and take care of yourself. And kind of goes the same. Small things you can do for yourself. Don't ignore it just because just because it might feel like it doesn't make a difference or you cannot take the time. It makes a difference whether to others or to yourself. Okay. Okay, that's the message for the first pile. Okay, the message for the second pile. Let's see what the cards are. Celebration. Awakening. Abundance. Okay, you are surrounded by love and resource. So the environment might feel a little bit hectic to you at times, and you're just trying to keep up with the positivity that's being asked of you, and sometimes it feels like, you know, I might not want all that. You know, there's maybe I want less. Maybe less is more for me, and maybe I just want quiet, and that's kind of not fitting in to your environment right now. But what you know is, because you are clear on what you're feeling, there's your intuition, there's, you know, whatever your body or your mind or your soul needs. You have a sense of direction, but you're being pulled by, you know, all these requests and all this clamor, and maybe it's the festivities going on around you that make you feel like that might not be what's the best for me. And you're finding abundance in nature, in quietude, and in people that's the closest and dearest to you. You might find abundance in just the environment and how you're able to enjoy our world as it is, to enjoy the sunrise, to enjoy the moonrise, and breathing the air and knowing that the world is still striving to live, striving to function. And okay, and we have a bunch of celebration, all the lights going on, and all the animals being ready to share their food or being in preparation for winter. And you see all that, and you want happiness for this world, but what you're feeling right now is a new awareness. See this in this landscape. There's a home, and there's awareness above the horizon. And the awareness used to be so much of the little things, all the business of life, all the small goals and the big dreams, everything coming together to have brought you where you are now. But slowly there's been a kind of a quiet place. It might sometimes feel like it's an emptiness, maybe it's a hole, and that emptiness feels that way because it's new to you, and you're slowly realizing that you might not have to fill up everything. You're finding this new quiet inside you, and it guides you. But the most of you is still very deeply engaged with how the world is. And so this might feel, you know, this part of your head and this person's awareness might feel too big and too quiet, and that's kind of unsettling. But know that it connects you to the bigger peace the world needs right now. And once you slowly feel into that rich, deep peace, you'll be able to slowly send it out to people around you. And you'll know that things flow and change with time, and the wisdom that you're gonna have will just come to people who also need it at the moment, or who are ready for it. And we all have times where there's busyness, whether it's out of obligation or it's out of celebration and happiness. It's ebb and flow, and you'll begin to feel that. And having a handle on that cycle, the natural movement, is what brings us deep, real peace, because we're anchored in that flow of things, and nothing works for everyone all at the same time. And yes, do believe and trust in the quiet you're feeling, and know that the sense of quiet and apparent emptiness will slowly become very, very fulfilling to you. And that's the message for the second pile. Okay, and now let's look at the message for the third pile. What healing message is there for you? Courage, compassion, balance. Okay, you've been trying to take up really big issues, and you're working very hard to see different sides of the stories. And that's how people look up to you, both as sort of a leader, a mentor, authority. But sometimes it feels like it's getting a little bit much, how you have to serve everyone and be fair and hold space for a large community where everyone's having different perspectives and different sides of their stories. You've been using a lot of the knowledge that you've gained from your past, and you've been trying to hold up to kind of that position, that role of anchor and of direction for other people. And what it might feel as though, it might feel that you're waiting for people to kind of bringing their own light and work together to strike a balance for the whole, for the community. And it's not, it should no longer be a matter of looking up to a few who seems to be responsible. You're hoping that what you've done serve as an inspiration, and you don't want to be the final answer for people. You're hoping that people will bring out their light and connect with each other and try to collaborate and try to find ways that people can work out peaceful and constructive solutions together. It doesn't work when people just have arguments and struggle, and with their struggle they're bringing their struggle to each other, and then they're hoping that, oh, there's someone that has the authority or with a seeming right answer, and they're gonna tell us what to do, and they're gonna solve the problem for us, and they're gonna be the one responsible for whatever outcome. If things end up not working for me, then that person didn't serve their role. It's not always like that. And so you're really trying to make people see how we're all in this together, and sometimes by holding back our passion emotions and feel the peace of the bigger part of the world, maybe that's when we can find some sort of compromise that doesn't feel as much as a compromise, because we know that we're collaborating and serving the good together. And so the healing message is just kind of step back and fall into the background and feel your smallness. We all have a place, and sometimes the perspective is we're so zoomed in and we have so much to handle. Sometimes the perspective is that we zoom out and see how insignificant we can be sometimes, and that plays into a beautiful, beautiful view of the world when we're just being our little part, and that does not take away the light in us. It helps us to see a different scenery. And by being small, that means we can get support from others. We can tap into a network. We can borrow the energy and the wisdom of the bigger natural world, who's been living for a millennia, working together and figuring out solutions. And there is light surrounding you. There's beauty surrounding you. It might be time to look at a new area, to bringing different kind of energy, a new type of resource, so that you can kind of take a rest and let the support flow in. There's a beautiful message for you here about how you're a part of a network, a bigger whole, and that it's gonna come to you, and that it might take just a little bit of kind of a new position and seeking out a little bit of quiet and rest, and that might be unnatural, and that might take you might need to take a few different steps for that to actually happen. But that will be first tap into the energy and the visual of this card and feel how you're being taken care of, and you're just kind of in the same place with all other species and other people and communities. I hope you find some solace in that. And that's the message for the third pile. Okay, and thank you for watching. I hope you have a restful, rejuvenating week full of healing and support. I'll see you next time.